to a couple travelers today. We are bringing you a full resort overview of the Swan and Dolphin at Walt Disney World.
That's right. In this video, we're going to be talking about all of the perks at staying at the award-winning Swan and Dolphin Resort. We're going to talk about your transportation options, your dining options, give you a tour of our room, and then stay tuned to the end of the video where we're going to talk about one negative, in our opinion, of staying at this resort. But before we jump into this resort, I did want to mention I am a travel agent who specializes in Walt Disney World vacations, and I would love to help you plan your next trip. In case you didn't know, it is completely free to work with a travel agent, and if you are interested in receiving more information or a complimentary vacation quote, you can find my email address in the video description below.
In case you didn't know, the Swan and Dolphin is technically not a true Walt Disney World hotel. They are owned by the Marriott Corporation, and they are Sheraton properties, which is under the Marriott umbrella. The resorts are on the Walt Disney World property, and they are considered a part of the Walt Disney collection of resorts. There's the Swan, there's the Dolphin, and there's also the Walt Disney World Swan Reserve, which opened in November of 2021. For the purposes of this video, however, we're only focusing on the Swan and the Dolphin.
In our opinion, there are three huge perks of staying at the Walt Disney World Swan Resort and the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort. The first perk being location. The resorts are located on Walt Disney World's boardwalk, which means that you can easily walk to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios. The next perk is that you are getting a deluxe type resort for the cost of what Disney charges typically for a moderate resort. Because again, this is not an official Walt Disney World hotel. Disney does not set these prices, Marriott does, and you will find this deluxe resort at a much better price point. And the third huge perk of staying at these resorts is that you get all of the official Walt Disney World Deluxe Resort perks, which means you have transportation included, which we'll get into more later. You have early theme park entrance, which means you can get in 30 minutes early to any of the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks every single day. You have extended evening hours for select deluxe resort guests. So since you are staying at the Swan or the Dolphin Resort, you get to participate in those extended evening hours. They are typically 2 hours past closing. It'll be on specific nights and for a specific park. You also get early access to purchase individual lightning lanes and making your first Genie Plus selections. You of course get the merchandise delivery and pickup from the theme parks. And lastly, complimentary standard parking at the Disney theme parks, water parks, and Disney Springs. So basically, any perk you would get for staying at an official Walt Disney World Deluxe Resort, you're getting as a guest of the Swan and Dolphin Resort.
As we mentioned before, one of the biggest perks of these resorts is their location. And because of that location, you have a variety of transportation options to get around Walt Disney World. The first of which is walking. You are equidistant pretty much between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, so you can basically get to each park in about 15 or 20 minutes just by walking there. You also have the Friendship Boats. The Friendship Boats are complimentary water taxis that will pick you up from the Swan and Dolphin and take you to and from Epcot, Hollywood Studios. They also go to the Yacht and Beach Club, the boardwalk, basically all around the water, the connected waterways of that area of Walt Disney World, and they depart every 15 to 20 minutes. And lastly, there is the bus. They will take you to the different parks. They will also take you to Disney Springs, and those buses depart every 20 to 30 minutes.
Up next, we're going to talk about the dining options at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. They categorize their dining options as either signature dining, casual, quick service, or lounges. So let's start off at the Dolphin Resort. There are 2 signature dining options, the first of which is Shulas Steakhouse. Now this restaurant is themed after the 1972 Miami Dolphins perfect season. In case you don't know, they were the only NFL team to finish a season undefeated. And Shula, the restaurant, obviously was named after their coach, Don Shula. This restaurant is open for dinner only. Reservations are recommended, and dressier attire is encouraged, meaning no tank tops, swimsuits, hats, etc. And fun fact, this restaurant was a critic's choice for Orlando's best restaurant.
The second signature dining location is Todd English's Blue Zoo. We got to eat there on a recent Walt Disney World vacation and absolutely loved it. It is a AAA 4-diamond restaurant by celebrity chef Todd English, and it has really great theming. It is all under the sea. It's a seafood restaurant. The restaurant is open for dinner only, and reservations are recommended. For attire, probably a good idea to dress a little nicer. No tank tops, swimsuits, hats, etc. are allowed.
There are 3 restaurants that are considered casual over on the Dolphin side. The first of which is the Fresh Mediterranean Market. This is essentially a breakfast buffet with a couple of made-to-order breakfast dishes as well. It is only open for breakfast. And yes, to answer your burning question, they do serve Mickey waffles. They also offer private dining, if that is your thing. They specialize in regional cuisines from France, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Morocco.
The next casual eatery is The Fountain. This is an ice cream fountain and a snack shop, which has salads, burgers, and sandwiches, and some other sweet treats as well. It is open for lunch and dinner. They have a really good burger here, actually. We ate it on a recent vacation. We found it a little odd, though, that you couldn't get ice cream until later in the day there. So just from our experience, not sure if those were from pandemic-related hours or if it was always like that.
And the last casual eatery over on the Dolphin side is the Cabana Bar and Beach Club. So this is actually poolside dining. You could find things like flatbreads, salads, tacos, burgers. It also has a full bar. The Cabana Bar was open for lunch and dinner, and you could actually get things delivered to your pool chair, which we found really useful. Every chair by the pool had a QR code on the back, so your food and your drinks could easily be sent directly to your chair, which was really convenient. When we were there, our drinks came in about 15 to 20 minutes, and our food came in about 40 to 50 minutes. So just keep that in mind when you are ordering. There are 2 quick service options over at the Dolphin Resort. The first is Fuel, which basically has everything you need to fuel up for the parks. They have a coffee bar, a DIY yogurt stand, they have snacks and other grab-and-go bites, and now they have fresh baked pizza as well.
The second quick service location is called Peekaboo. It is a quick option for hot and cold sandwiches. You could also get pizzas, and they also have a taqueria section for custom orders such as tacos and burritos.
Now we're gonna talk about dining at the Swan.
For signature dining at the Swan, the first location is Il Molino. It is a New York trattoria which features wood-fired pizza, fresh fish, chicken, and then of course, being an Italian-focused restaurant, pastas, meats, etc. It is open only for dinner. Reservations are recommended, and dressier attire is encouraged, like some of the other signature dining properties we talked about.
The next signature dining location is Kimonos, which is an award-winning sushi restaurant voted top restaurant for sushi by the Orlando Sentinel readers. This place is open for dinner only, and reservations are recommended, and again, that dressier attire is encouraged.
For casual dining, you have Garden Grove. This is a unique restaurant with a really cool 25-foot oak tree centerpiece. It's currently open only for breakfast, and it is typically a character breakfast on Saturdays and Sundays. However, this is temporarily suspended since the start of the pandemic.
The second casual option over on the Swan side is the Splash Pool Bar and Grill. This is actually a seasonal poolside cafe, but when it is open, it serves salads, sandwiches, and snacks in addition to beer and wine.
And for quick service dining, you have 2 locations, the first of which is Java. This is basically similar to Fuel on the Dolphin side. It's a coffee bar which has sweet and savory breakfast options, sandwiches, wraps, so kind of your grab-and-go type foods. And you also have Chill. This serves frozen drinks, including a cold-fashioned. They have a mango margarita and a paloma. They do also have soda, snacks, chips, again, more grab-and-go type food.
In addition, there are several lounges around the Swan and Dolphin Resort. You'll find lounges at Shulas, Il Molino, Kimonos, and Todd English's Blue Zoo. In addition, there is a lounge on the Dolphin side in the lobby called Fins. There was always a really good crowd in this lounge, enjoying the atmosphere of this awesome lobby. And one other dining related thing we wanted to mention in terms of the Swan and Dolphin is their annual Food and Wine Classic. Think Epcot's festivals, which they pretty much have year round, but at the Swan and Dolphin Resort.
And a last note on dining at the Swan and Dolphin, since this just isn't a Walt Disney World resort, like we mentioned, it's owned by Marriott, you don't need to book your dining through My Disney Experience. For example, we actually booked our Blue Zoo reservation through OpenTable. So definitely look at other dining reservation options if you are looking to dine at these resorts.
Next, we want to talk about some of the amenities of staying at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. We did share what we thought were the 3 biggest perks of staying at the resort earlier, but these are some of the hotel amenities that come with staying at this resort. The first of which, there is a health club at the resort and also jogging trails around the resort for those who are looking to exercise while they are away. There's also a special Disney planning center on site. They can assist you with booking tickets, troubleshooting any issues, scheduling activities and dining, etc. You also can get advanced tee times for golfing. If you didn't know, Walt Disney World has 2 championship golf courses, plus a 9-hole walking course. And as Swan and Dolphin guests, you are able to take advantage of these advanced tee times. They also have a number of activities such as basketball, volleyball, a game room. They have plenty of gift shops, etc. They also have a great pool area that features a waterfall, a water slide, and even cabanas for rental. There's the Mandarin Spa at the resort if you were looking to be pampered while you are at the resort. And lastly, there is a kids club called Camp Dolphin, which is exclusively for kids aged 5 to 12 that provides arts and crafts, movies, board games, video games, and nightly themed activities.
Next, we want to give you a tour of the room we stayed in during our recent vacation to Walt Disney World, where we stayed at the Dolphin Resort. We booked a king bed resort view room, and it was a really great room. It looked out onto the boat dock, and you could see a little bit of Epcot over to the boardwalk, so really great view actually. As you can see, it's pretty spacious. It's bigger than most Disney hotel rooms actually, and you have a lot of space when you first walk in to store your bags. To the right, you walk in, there's the closet and the vanity, and then you go into the bathroom. And then in the main area of the room, besides the king bed, there were obviously nightstands, there's a large TV on the console, drawers, a mini fridge, a nice couch, and they even have a desk. That's worth mentioning because the Swan and Dolphin is a very popular resort for conventions at Walt Disney World, so you'll often find a lot of people going there for work, and so it's a nice amenity to have in your room if you need to do some work while you're traveling for business. So overall, lots of space and lots of storage in this room. Really no complaints, very happy staying here at the Dolphin.
Now, as we mentioned at the start of the video, we wanted to talk about one downside of staying at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. Now, because the Swan and Dolphin isn't an official Walt Disney World hotel, a lot of people have issues linking their Walt Disney World reservation to their My Disney Experience account. So we even ran into this ourselves where we went to go link it, it said invalid, and it just takes a little bit of time troubleshooting with the chat feature on the My Disney Experience app. We went in, we talked to somebody, we told them our issues, and they were able to fix it on the back end. But it is just one thing to keep in mind. I recently had some guests stay at the Dolphin Resort as well, and they found that about 2 weeks before their trip that everything unlinked. Again, not a huge problem. It just takes a little bit of time to get the kinks worked out. But because of these quote unquote downsides, we actually don't think it's a huge deal. I think the money you save from staying at the Swan and Dolphin, getting basically a deluxe resort for the moderate price is worth these extra few steps and annoyances that occur from staying at the resort. But let us know in the comments if you agree with our thinking.
We highly recommend the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin. Hope to check out the Swan Reserve one day as well. So really great options if you're looking to plan a Walt Disney World vacation. If you have any questions about our experience at the Swan and Dolphin, let us know in the comments section. That is going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media at A Couple Travelers.
And until next time, keep traveling.